Yo, what is up everybody, it's B Militant. Welcome back to the Redskins Review, and I know what you are thinking, oh my god, Redskins Review put out 2 videos in one day. What is going on here? Is this Christmas? No, it's not quite Christmas, but it is almost time for NFL preseason. NFL football is back, you guys. So excited, can't wait. First thing I gotta do before I forget, you gotta let me know what you think about the new intro. If you saw the old video that I just put up, you could already know. You probably told me, but if you haven't, tell me what you think about the new intro. Second thing I need to do is tell you guys about On the Warpath. There was a new channel that I found. Another huge Redskins fan. He does the same thing I do here, talks about the Redskins. And like I've told you guys multiple times before, this channel, the name is Redskins Review. That's because this is a community of Redskins fans. I always introduce myself as B Militant because that is my other channel. That's the name that I'd go by individually, but this Redskins Review thing is bigger than me. It is about Redskins fans and NFL fans in general. So this guy, awesome guy over here on the Warpath, I will put a link to his channel in the description. He talks all about the Redskins. He's a fairly new channel. He's trying to get on his feet. You guys need to go show him some love. I have seen some of you guys over there already found his channel and have been commenting on it. And also, if you guys know of any other channels of people that do stuff like this, let me know, because I like watching and talking to people. And if they talk about the Redskins, or even if they talk about the NFL in general, let me know who you guys like to watch. Maybe I haven't heard of them before. Maybe I will like them. Another one out there is Louis T. He's probably one of the bigger guys. He is a Redskins fan himself, but he does a wide variety of videos. He does everything about the NFL. He knows, or he does a lot of videos about any team you like in NFL. Does a lot about the draft, stuff like that. The guy is really knowledgeable about the game. I'm not afraid to sit here and tell you that he probably knows a lot more about the X's and O's of football than I do. Another good guy, Louis T. Check him out as well. So let me know what you guys think. What are other good channels to check out? Now into the video. Football's back, you guys. NFL preseason kicks off tomorrow. The Redskins take on the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. And sorry to get sidetracked again, guys, but there is one more thing I need to talk about before we get into tomorrow's preseason game. It's something that's been on the news. It's something, there's always got to be some drama with the Washington Redskins, guys. I don't know what it is. Even though we got rid of Mr. Rob, that's been gone now for a year. Now that we got Bob, I'm sorry, some people called him Bob. We got rid of Bob and the distraction of Bob. Now we got Josh Norman, who is on headlines. Apparently, Josh Norman has taken a second job. Apparently, he's going to be a TV host, or he's going to be on TV, or it's a radio show. It's something he is hosting during the football season. This isn't on the off season that Josh Norman said, hey, I'm going to go take this other job and I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to be on camera. I'm going to be on TV. It's a second job. It's not on the off season. He is doing this during the NFL season, during the week or whenever. I don't know. I don't know the details, if it's one day a week or if he's Skyping someone or something like that. I have no idea what the details are. But Josh Norman took a job talking probably about football or whatever. He's going to be on TV. And the thing is, it is kind of a reason for concern, because here we got rid of Bob, who a lot of people said he had traits about, me, I, and not the team. And that was kind of a problem for our team. Now we just paid Josh Norman all this money and all this guaranteed money. And we expect him to come here and be a hard-nosed, smash-mouth type of player. A guy who works his tail off. And I'm not saying he hasn't been working his tail off, and I'm not saying that he isn't going to produce. But man, it's a reason for concern if you are a Redskins fan, that this guy hasn't played a game yet, and he's already making another commitment to off the field to basically help his own career, to help him get more noticed and him be on TV. Me just being a fan, man, I would like to see Josh Norman. We signed him for what, 5 years or whatever. We signed him for a while. Why not play your first year here in Washington and prove that you are our guy and you are worth the money? And then in the second year or on the off season, maybe then you go get a job on TV. I mean, I'm sorry, man. Like, why would you have to do that now? I just don't understand. I don't understand, but I also don't know all the details. I don't know how big this is going to impact him. Hopefully not at all. So now that we get over that little hump, let's get into the game for tomorrow. The number one thing I want to see from the Redskins versus the Atlanta game, more so than the Redskins winning, is I don't want injuries, man. I don't care if the Redskins get their asses kicked tomorrow versus Atlanta. I want to see our guys stay healthy and live another day, live to fight another day in the regular season. If our guys stay healthy through preseason, and even if they don't play very well in the preseason, if they stay healthy and they get to the regular season and they get the repetitions and they get to be on the field and keep doing it over and over, it'll start clicking, you guys. They'll start figuring out what they're doing wrong and they'll come together. But if they get injured, who knows how long they're going to be out. It's going to affect our team. Last year in preseason, we had Niles Paul go down, I think the first or second game, and he was out the entire season. Already in training camp, a guy that I was really, really high on in the draft, after we drafted him, I researched him and everything, Stephen Daniels, linebacker out of Boston College. He was, last year in college, Boston College had the #1 rated defense through all of college football, and he was their vocal leader. He was their middle linebacker. He was their go-to guy on defense, and we drafted him, man, and he had a torn labrum or something like that, and the Redskins, we dropped him, man. We waived him. He might, I don't know if we're gonna sign him to like I don't know, our backups or whatever. I'm not sure if we're gonna keep him on the training squad or whatever. But man, that's kind of a huge blow. We do have a lot of linebackers. We do have, that's one thing that we have a good amount of bodies. Also, everyone knows of the other injuries already. I've talked about it before, I believe. So, man, all I want from the game tomorrow is for our guys to not get injured, help starting to get clicking on offense and defense, get guys together, just get out there and start becoming a team, man. I've been watching a lot of videos of all of our guys on the off season so far. A lot of our guys, like I said, I think in my last video, Will Compton is really coming on. You guys know that I was huge on Keenan Robinson. I loved Keenan Robinson. I think if we would have bulked Keenan Robinson up, he would have been a little bit better in the run game. And he's obviously one of the better passing, defending linebackers because of his speed and his length. But we got rid of him, I guess, because of injury concerns, because he did get injured last year. But Will Compton, he did play pretty solid at the end of the year. But I think watching a lot of these videos from the offseason, Will Compton has really making me a huge fan. I like where his head's at. I like that the team rallies around him. I've seen a lot of interviews of our defense and coordinators and everything talking about Will Compton. They keep talking, Will Compton, Will Compton. They say every time we're out on the field, Will Compton is vocal and he'll change plays and he'll put people in the right position. And I guess that's just something that Keenan Robinson and Riley Jr. just were not doing. So I really like that people are high on Will Compton. I don't care who it is. If our guys are high on him and everyone likes him and then they start to perform, I'm in. And, even though I liked Keenan Robinson that much, you guys know I've always been a huge fan. But also for the game tomorrow, another huge key factor that I want to see, we're going to be playing Devontae Freeman. You guys know last year our run defense was just not there. Let's see what we can do versus the run. I'm sure we'll do okay versus the pass. I like Matt Ryan. I think he's a pretty good quarterback, but I am not extremely afraid of him passing the ball because we did pretty well versus him last year. In that, obviously, Julio Jones is always going to be a problem, always something to worry about. I'll be honest, I'm not sure who will be sat out during the game for the Falcons, and I'm not exactly sure who will be sat out for the Redskins. The only name that I know for sure is Jamison Crowder is not going to play. I forget who else isn't going to play, but I know there's been 1 or 2 people who have been named already who will not play tomorrow. But that's okay. If people need to get healthy, Josh Doxson, I don't think he's going to play. If they need to get healthy, let them get healthy. You guys already know, I already told you, my number one thing is to not get any injuries, to live another day to play in the regular season when it counts. It sucks that we can't get these guys on tape and we can't get them reps, but I feel okay about Jamison Crowder. I'm sure he will be okay. I'm sure he'll come back and he'll be all right. But people like Josh Doxson, if he doesn't get any preseason games in, that could be a reason for concern. And another thing, I told you guys, I kept watching all these videos about our team and even injuries and stuff like that, like Junior Gillette, his injury and stuff like that. I'm not so sure if Junior Gillette's going to be a Redskin next year. There's just been so much hype around Junior Gillette, but he just hasn't been able to stay healthy, man. It's hard to fault people for injuries and stuff like that. The guy seems like a good guy. The guy seems like he was fired up, ready to go. But injuries cannot happen, or you're kind of dead weight. What I was getting to was I've been watching all these videos, man. I've been watching them either on the Redskins website or on the NFL app. They have a lot of stuff. They have a lot of interviews. A lot of interviews with Kirk Cousins. A lot of interviews with, a lot of people on our team. And it's awesome to watch, man. It gets me excited. There is something about our team right now that I just love. It's something you always hear these people say stuff like the culture on the team has changed, and that's such an overused thing, but it is the truth. If you watch all these videos that I'm talking about, and you see our players and you see how fired up they are, and how they talk about each other. And I saw a lot of D'Angelo Hall. He was talking a lot and talking about how talented this team is. Obviously, we have question marks at safety. I like D'Angelo Hall at safety, but who else is about to be playing safety? Is it going to be Bruton Jr. or is it going to be Will Blackman? Who knows? I think that's been the safety position has been not a strong point for the Redskins for a long time now. I do like D'Angelo Hall, but this preseason, yet again, can't wait to see what our safety play looks like. I also want to see our rookies perform. But these videos, if you watch them, you get a huge insight on our team and their mentality and how they're talking, giving each other nicknames. Will Compton's nickname is White Chocolate or something like that. They had all these other nicknames for him. Things like that. Get to see our guys click, get to see them. And then another thing is I saw over and over and over again, I saw our wide receivers do nothing but compliment Kirk Cousins. I saw Vernon Davis say, he said Kirk Cousins is very, very similar to, he holds himself very similar to how Peyton Manning does. He'll be fired up at the right time, and then he also sheds like honor or whatever from himself. He gives all the honor to his teammates, things like that. He's quiet when he needs to be, and he's a vocal leader when he needs to be. He's kind of one of those guys that lead by example. These are all things that Vernon Davis was talking about, coming from last year working with Peyton Manning and such things like that. So hearing people praise Kirk Cousins a lot. Another thing is a lot of people. I saw a lot of people praise Gruden. A lot of people praised Jay Gruden. They talked about how he is a player's coach. He is a guy who He will be stern when he needs to be. He's a guy who will make a joke when a joke is there. He's a player's coach. I saw multiple people go on there and they just talked about how they loved being around Gruden, and he's just a good guy and he's a player's coach. And this all brings me back to just a year or two ago when so many people were commenting on my channel, disliking Kirk Cousins, disliking Jay Gruden, and I've just honestly have never seen anything there to really dislike either guy. If you hear them talk, they're gonna be good guys. There's a lot of scrutinization about how the whole RG3 thing was handled with Gruden, but say what you will, man. If you don't perform, you're not gonna you don't get any more backing, man. If Kirk Cousins doesn't come out here this year and perform, he's probably not going to get signed again. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know. But if he doesn't perform, sooner or later, we're not going to keep giving him a chance. It's the same for everyone. If Gruden comes out and doesn't do what he needs to do this year, we're not going to keep giving him a chance. Things like that keep happening, man. But I love watching these videos. I love seeing the off-season stuff with our team rallying, coming together. D'Angelo Hall, I saw a lot of videos with him talking, and he is excited to play, man. As long as we can stay healthy, as long as our guys minimize the injuries and they get into the regular season to where then they can go all out. I also really want to see our running backs. I want to see our running backs tomorrow. We have really good depth at running back. I want to see who we bring back. Last year, if you watched the preseason last year, our running backs were going off, man. All of the guys that I've never even heard their name were going off. Mac Brown, people you don't hear of, people that I didn't even know were on the roster, just going off in the run game. It sucks it didn't translate into the regular season, but we gotta see Matt Jones, we gotta see Chris Thompson. A lot of you guys are high on Keith Marshall, but so am I. The guy, he puts up impressive numbers in the school that he came from and everything like that. Obviously, he was set back with an injury, but obviously he seems like he's okay now. But the thing is, I had a conversation with one of you guys talking about you want to see Keith Marshall be like a third down back or whatnot. But I've said this time and time again, I am pretty high on Chris Thompson. I would, if for some reason, unfortunately, Matt Jones just seems like he's not getting it done, I would love to see Chris Thompson be able to get some first down carries. And I just want to see what he can do. I want to see if he can be a player kind of like Ray Rice, a smaller, shiftier, faster guy. Who knows if it's a run or not, and he's going to come out of the backfield. Everyone knows last year Chris Thompson was really good out of the backfield when we needed him to be. He's a really shifty guy. He doesn't drop many passes. When he gets the ball, he's dynamic. He's right down the field. He can cut quick. He's hard to tackle. He's just so shifty. I would like that. The only problem with Chris Thompson is, yet again, health concerns. If he can stay on the field, he is a smaller guy. He could get banged up, bruised up. But if for some reason we're about to be getting into the regular season and Matt Jones just has not shown us what we need to see, next up is Chris Thompson, man. I want to see him get some good reps. Keith Marshall, I'd love to see him do well. I would love to see all of our guys do well. Also, our offensive line, I think they said Spencer Long will be playing left guard. I think that's who it is. Spencer Long will be playing left guard. He's starting over Sean Laval, who started for us last year up until like the third game or so. And if you remember last year, up until about the third game, the Redskins had one of the best rushing offenses in the NFL. And Sean Laval was a big reason for that. He was a really good swing guard or whatever. He'll come out and he's a big guy. Just sucks about his injury. I would like to see him perform well also, so that way I would love to see him and Long battle it out during the preseason. I want the best player to win because I want the best offensive line. I think Corey Lichtensteiger will obviously be our center. Love him or hate him, he's a veteran. He's probably better than he was hurt last year, first part of the season, and then after he went down, our center play was even worse. But everyone else will know the line is solid. We know Morgan Moses is going to be there. We know Scherf's going to be there. We know Trent Williams is going to be there. But the question mark is left guard and maybe center. We need Corey Lichtensteiger to show up. We need our left guard to show up, whoever that is, whoever wins that battle. So that's another key thing to look at. Our wide receivers, can't wait. They're going to hopefully explode all over the place on the defense. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure who is going to not be playing tomorrow. I'll have to look that up. They're probably not going to say for sure until tomorrow. But, we have wide receivers for days. Jamison Crowder's not going to be there, but we have Rashad Ross, Ryan Grant. Can't wait to see those guys again. They killed it last year in the preseason. Another thing, Nate Sudfeld. Got to see what he can do. Obviously, he's not going to be playing until probably the end of the third or beginning of fourth quarter because obviously he's not going to be taking the job from Colt McCoy as a backup. The Redskins are very we are lucky to have Colt McCoy as a backup. Say what you want about him, his first few years in the league as a starter, he got thrown into being a starter. But I think he's a very good complement, one of the best backups in the league. He mimics Kirk Cousins very well. I don't think he's as big as Kirk, and I don't think he has the arm that Kirk has. But the reading the defense, he can scramble some. He gets the ball out of his hands quick. He's a good, solid backup. I'd like to see him. He killed it in preseason last year. Want to see Nate Sudfeld. There's a lot of guys on defense. Sua Cravens, a lot of rookies. Preston Smith, he got hurt I think yesterday in practice, but he might play tomorrow. See if he plays well. Ziggy Hood, see what Ziggy Hood does if he is in the backfield at all, disrupting Matt Ryan or whoever their second, third string quarterbacks are. Matt Ioannidis, all of our rookies, man. And then, like I said, I'm sure our corners will be okay. Obviously, everyone's going to have their eyes on Josh Norman. I'm not too worried about Josh Norman. I'm not worried about Breland. I'm sure he'll do okay. I want to see, obviously, Will Compton, see if he keeps our defense and where they need to be. Martrell Spate, want to see if he can stay healthy. Want to see if he can lay some big hits on people. And then our biggest question mark on defense, safety. Can D Hall, still fly around on defense? Is Will Blackman going to outperform David Bruton Jr. and become our other starting safety? I like Will Blackman at safety. He did really well for us last year playing corner. Say whatever you guys want to about Will Blackman. That dude came off his couch and came and started right away in the NFL. Didn't know a playbook. You know what I mean? He played pretty decent. Sure, he got scorched more than any of our other corners last year, but we had a pretty solid middle-of-the-pack pass defense. We weren't that bad in the pass. It was all about the run. Our run defense wasn't there. Will Blackman, he also got us some turnovers. He's a good guy. I think him playing at safety could be really good because he's kind of a bigger guy, and also he somewhat reminds me of D Hall. Both of those guys are more skinny, taller, upright guys. They are quick, but they're getting up there in age. Maybe them playing safety and them not having to travel the field as much and being able to think ahead of time could help them, and it could be big for us. Quentin Dunbar, see what he can do. Kendall Fuller, see if he's healthy and ready to go. See if he is as tenacious as people keep telling me he is. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what should matter more. Should we want to win every preseason game? Do you think it matters? Last year we went 3-1. We lost the last preseason game when we took all of our starters out. Do you think preseason should be shortened? Do you think preseason should be 2 games or something like that, and then add more games into the regular season or playoffs, whatever? Let me know, like I said in the beginning, what you think about the new intro. Let me know what you think about On the Warpath, Louis T. Who are the other guys that you guys watch on YouTube, guys that I might not know yet? Try to build this community up. Thanks for watching, guys. If you are new here, my name is B. Middleton. I'm the host here on the Redskins Review. It's a Redskins community. It's also an NFL community. I watch other YouTubers who are not Redskins fans, but they do NFL content. I don't discriminate. I will watch all that stuff. So let me know what you guys think. As always, hail to the Redskins and peace.